Hey guys, I'm back. Yeah, no kidding, I'm back. So, well, wasn't technically gone, I just haven't had time to make videos. But anyways, yeah, and of course, what I always do, it's another game review. I still don't have a HD PVR, so it's not a professional one. But anyways, it's Sky Target on the Sega Saturn, which I promised I would review. I don't want to review the other two games. Well, we'll have two bad ones. Currently on my Saturn, I have Sky Target. I have, like, Bullet Storm or something like that. It's a tank game. And then they had this other one, Red something, I don't know. It's terrible. It's a helicopter game. I have the 3-in-1 games. It's I have Daytona USA, which is an awesome game. Virtual Comp, which is pretty hard to do without the light gun, which my TV is not one you can do that on. It's a LCD. So, and then I also have oh yeah, Virtua Fighter 2, which is a really good game too. So, anyways, to this game, well, it's basically like, what's it called? Oh, forget it. Okay, I remember the name. It's kind of like Afterburner. It takes a while to remember it, because there's a lot of games that sound like that. It's kind of like a spiritual successor to the game, but it's not quite. Well, I mean, it pretty much is, but it's not the exact same game. Like, this is in 3D. It's not sprite-based. It's polygon-based, and I heard the controls are slightly different. Like, it looks more realistic in this game instead of, like, just sort of go all over the place. You just kind of move slower like you would in real life. It's a really fun game, and it didn't sell that well for some reason. I mean, it had an arcade release first, but then it came to the Saturn, of course, and it doesn't look as good as the arcade. And that's not surprising. And it's made by Sega. At first, I thought, wait, what is this? One of these crappy games? But it's not. It's actually, I'm glad I got it. I got it for $5. Yeah, it's a pretty rare game. Usually, you can spend like $20 on one of these, but it's only $5. But yeah. So yeah, you can just look at this. You can just see it if you want to. You can pause the video. Yeah, that's a lie right there. It's close, but the graphics aren't the same. So yeah. That's just to get you to buy it. Kids to adults. That's before everyone, because nowadays it's everyone. But back then it was just called Kids to Adults, KA. So yeah, let's see what the inside's like. Okay, here it is. I had to clean it out. It was pretty dusty. Because, well, it's pretty open, so it's got a lot of dust getting to it. But yeah, here's the disc. I mean, most Saturn games, and a lot of games just were monotone. It's just got, it's basically like a Game Boy. It's just got two colors and that's it. I know, even though the Game Boy had 4 shades of gray. I'm talking about like green and black, or black and white. This is mainly just blue and white. It's got some black on there, but there's some colorful games on there too. And this is just the manual, which I'm not going to go into, because, I mean, I'm already almost 4 minutes into the video. So, yeah, there's just Bomberman, which is Saturn Bomberman, which is a really good game, which, from what I've heard and what I've seen, looks like a really fun game. And one of the only games you can actually go through the Sega Netlink with. And Last Bronx, heard of it, but I don't know that much about it. But well, let's see the gameplay. Oh yeah, okay, here. Well, since I don't have an HD PVR and I can't just really record it from the screen. Well, technically I'm recording off of the screen, but, you know, not technically recording the game console itself. So, yeah. I might better get some of the volume. Hopefully you can hear it. Because for some odd reason, the Sega Saturn is pretty quiet. Maybe it's mine. Maybe this capacitor is making it too quiet, but it's not supposed to be that quiet, I guess. But yeah, here's one of them. Or that's the opening. Well, anyways, yeah, yeah, I hate using my iPhone, because look at it, you see it's tilted? Because I'm on the freaking, in the box. I mean, I might have to make do what I have, but after school ends, which is in a few days, I'm gonna get a job, and I'm gonna freaking buy some stuff. But, well, anyways, you have arcade mode, which does not even need an extra. Yeah, for some reason, this doesn't last too long. Like, you have to click on something really quickly. See, it does that. I didn't even click anything. I just was talking. So, arcade mode, no explanation. Ranking mode, ranking, and then options. Option mode, you have a few things to do. I mean, you have. Oh God. Oh, good thing autofocus sometimes works and sometimes it doesn't. So I hate about iPhones. They're terrible with autofocus. But see, I mean, I put it on easy mode. I'm not really good at this game. I beat it once, but that's it. Do the BG. I mean, have the key configuration, up down, which is normal. Which is pretty much when you play. It's normal for airplane games or jet games to when you hit up you go down, and when you go down you go up. Ranking mode is pretty much it shows you the 3 planes. I think there's another one. I'm not sure. I think there's only 3. I think there's a 5th one. I don't remember. But yeah, you just click on one of these, and then just click on this, and then it'll just tell you information. But you can also hit the start button, and it'll also be able to do the missions from the arcade mode in a certain order. See, like I did some of these too. So yeah, I'll be yeah, I'm almost at 7 minutes. I'll have enough time because the Game Boy is pretty easy. It's a typical shooter, pretty much, 3D shooter. But it's actually pretty good. It's actually really good. I mean, it runs slow because it's on the Saturn. The Saturn's 3D is not that good. It's okay. I mean, it's better than some of the other 32-bit consoles of it today. And let's just go with this one. Gotta get used to the controls again because I haven't played my Saturn in about a month. Yeah, and you'll get these. Oh God! Sorry if the focus hasn't been there.
Control. Enemy sighted in the area.
It's not really pre-rendered either.
Takeoff for interception. Over.
You can tell it's not pre-rendered either. It's using the actual hardware, but it doesn't really look good on these old consoles. Older consoles, should I say? Well, this is kind of old now. The 80s is 90s. The 90s are starting to be considered really old. See, look, well, how my configuration is hitting the left bumper, or yeah, hitting the left bumper or whatever. And I forgot to mention, this game actually supports like a lot of. I think it's this one. I don't know what. I think it's this game. Supports like lots of different controllers with the Saturn. Like it supports all. It supports the 3D and the 2 model standard ones that offer the 3D analog stick. And it also supports like the flight stick and tons of other ones too. So I just want to point that out. But and I think this is normal too, but it's one of the configurations you can put. The left bumper like shoots it out, as you can see it, like, and then the right bumper is like a missile, pretty much, right? Like you'll see like fire, 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 and if you remember that from Afterburner, it does the same thing, except for it sounds a little bit different. But so you'll see it. See, hitting that, you see how it turns red, just like Afterburner. You just have to highlight over it, and there you go. And then you dodge bullets and dodge all kinds of hell that's coming after you. I also noticed that it's really just using the Sega Saturn sound chip. And there's really not that many reviews for this game. There's not really any real reviews, just kind of like gameplay, and that's really about it. I'm surprised Mark from Classic Game Room or anything hasn't made one or anything like that. And sometimes you really can't find it anywhere. I don't know. I don't know why it didn't do well. I mean, look at it. It's actually a really good game. Yeah, I forgot that one. I hate why can't they have a 15-minute limit? Because on the camera app I'm using, you can like set limits. Because I mean, YouTube is really stupid. It's like, oh, it went over 15 minutes. You can't put it on there. Yeah, and there's no 15-minute limit. That rhymes. But it's kind of weird. I mean, it should. I mean, if you're gonna be able to put it on YouTube, you gotta know 15 minutes is like the limit until you do something. So yeah, it's set at 10. So basically, it probably cut in between it. So I'm gonna have to add this onto there. So yeah, anyways, as I was saying, the boss, here's the first boss, and it's got the weirdest, like, music I've ever heard for a boss. Yeah, not all of them like that. It's just this boss. It's just like screaming, but it's Sega Saturn kind of this. And you see that? You see all the little gritty looking things in the bend of it? Because for some reason, well, technically, the Sega Saturn could do transparencies, but it was really hard. I mean, some games did it, but it took a long time and a lot of space to do it. So yeah. So they basically just did a little dot looking thing.
We survived this far somehow, but the fight has just begun.
They got this really weird looking thing to there.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
You see how it just slowed down? It was like, and then it just slowed down. And for some reason on 2D, the Sega Saturn, like I said before, is very, very well in 2D. Like, whenever you have a lot of sprites on screen on a 2D game, this thing, like, handles it very well. When it comes to 3D, this thing can't handle it. Sad. Like, 3D was like last minute. Oh yeah, you pretty much get the point. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot, you can just see, like, probably, like, replays of it and everything. I mean, you'd have to look for yourself. I might, eventually, like, if I can get through it, I might, make a long play. I've never done one. And I don't plan on doing one either, but, I mean, this is one of those games that nobody's ever done. Not even CubeX55, which is where they have the longplays.org or .com or something like that, that is basically the king of long plays in video games. Yeah, so this game, I don't think this game's on there. They only have, surprisingly, only have like 20 Saturn long plays, and there's a lot of games on this system. And can you believe that IGN thought, like, they put this as number 24? The Sega Saturn is number 24. I'm like, really? Sega Saturn should be higher than that. They haven't played all of them. So, anyways, well, let me just take this thing off the stand. Well, that's the stand. That's it's just a bunch of books. It's all. I mean, it's not like, oh, I'm so poor I can't get the rest of it. Well, well, not really, but just it's like the least of my worry sometimes until I realize, oh wait, it's terrible. But yeah. Well, should you buy this game? Well, let me get the case. Where's it at? Let me get the case. Okay, now should you buy this game? If you can find it, which it's not like terribly hard, like only one in existence or only one on eBay. I mean, you can find like 20 or so. So I mean, it's not the rarest thing, but it's not common either. Kind of sad because it really is it's a really fun game. Sorry, it was kind of outshot. I was like this, but yeah, it really is a fun game. I think you should get it if you like Afterburner, and if you like these kind of games, it's really fun. And even if you don't like, or I mean, even if you kind of like these, but you want something that's just fun that you can burn like 45 minutes or so off, this is a good game. Just a good arcade game. A really underrated arcade game, too. Yeah, so, yeah, you should buy it. Anyways, yeah, I'll see you guys next. So don't forget to, rate or comment and subscribe, like I always say. You don't have to do all those things, but just don't forget if you feel like it. Well, anyways, I'll see you guys next time.